Hey guys, and welcome to Vegan Beauty Girl. Today we are going to be looking at perfumes, in particular those from Floral Street. I've been meaning to do an updated perfume video for a long time. When I last did a video all about perfumes, there wasn't really that much on the vegan market, and there have been so many new launches in like the last year, 2 years. One brand which I think is particularly exciting is Floral Street. They are a fully vegan, cruelty-free, sustainably focused perfume brand. They are based in Covent Garden in the heart of London. A lot of their scents are very floral based. I wouldn't say they're super premium, but they are a bit on the higher side. It costs like £60 for a bottle this sort of size, which is 50 millilitres. Or you can get 10 millilitres for £24. That's the sort of prices you're working on here. £60 for £24. I just think this is why I thought it'd be helpful to do a perfume video, because I know how difficult it is for you guys to get out and smell these scents. And if you are looking to buy yourself perfume, give one as a gift to someone else, it can just help to see someone smell them out. One other reason I have delayed doing a perfume video is obviously that I lost my sense of smell earlier this year, and I feel like finally it's back at a capability which is required to do a video like this. So last week I basically went on a Zoom call with them and we did Scent School, which is a service that they offer and you can buy in and do it. They used to do it in store, but now it's online because we're in a pandemic. I'm sure it will come back to being on in store in a while, but the idea is you get sent a selection of their scents and you kind of go through the different notes with these scratch and sniff cards. Oh, wow. I thought following that session would be a really good time to talk you guys through their perfumes. So that's what we will be doing today. But before we get started, let's just mention a little bit more about the brand. I know that over here we really care about the ethics behind the brands that we buy from. So when it comes to being vegan and cruelty free, this brand is PETA certified. I wouldn't say that's as great as like the Leaping Bunny certification, but I can confirm they don't sell in China, and they do have the PETA cruelty free and vegan logo. On the back of this you can also see we have the FSC logo. That is because all the paperboard and pulp fibers within their packaging and blotters are FSC certified. That means that the wood they come from originates from responsibly managed forests. Also, they have the World Land Trust logo here, and that is because they pay more for the paperboard on their packaging in order to have it carbon offset through the trust. And also they are a brand that cares about sustainable ingredients too. They understand that sustainable ingredients isn't just like being like vegan ingredients, it also just matters on treating your suppliers across the world ethically. That is also good to know. This is one of the reasons for the higher price point, is that the ingredients they use are sustainably sourced and they are very good quality. Okay, we can move on to the scents. I'm pretty just gonna go in order of how they come in the set. The first one we've got is Wonderland Peony. Basically with the Scent School they sent me these cards which really delve into the scents of each of the fragrances. So in the Wonderland Peony we do have candy floss, we've got pink berries, and then also a woody soft fragrance. With the Scent School, what I got sent, basically you rub the pictures and then you can smell what's there. Like I rub this and it smells like candy floss. So it helps you really understand the layers of each fragrance. And what was really fun about this is that if you do buy this as a gift for someone or buy it for yourself, you can also buy it with like a gift voucher. So my one that they sent across came with a gift voucher to get a 10 milliliter bottle. So after I'd smelt them all, I made a decision and I did actually go with the Wonderland Peony. They also provide all these scent cards. So let me find the right one. What I really like about this is that they really attach words to the fragrance to really paint a lovely scent picture. So this one is delicate, dreamy, radiant and thoughtful. I really like it. I've definitely said on Instagram already that this one reminds me of like the Lush Snow Fairy scent, but a little bit more mature. If you're a fan of Lush Snow Fairy, it does have candy floss in it, but it is super sweet, whereas this one I would say is more mature because it is less sweet. It does also have a few like spicy, soft qualities to it as well. I just really like this one. This is the one that I decided to get, mostly because I think it really goes with my hair. It smells a bit like Snow Fairy and candy floss, and that's just very pink. It also feels very festive as well, so right now it's December, so I wanted to get that one. I'm definitely a fan of Wonderland Peony. It obviously has peonies in it. They describe it as a light, fruity floral perfume. Sophisticated, not soft. Captivating, not cute. I kind of disagree with that. I feel like out of all their fragrances, this is definitely one of the cutest, and even though I said it's not like too sweet earlier, it's still definitely one of their sweetest. As far as the notes in this, it has armfuls of peonies, pink berries and violets, a shot of cedarwood, which lends a woody balsamic warmth, whilst the vetiver, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, injects the tiniest hint of hazelnut. I definitely don't smell any hazelnut, but yeah, you might be able to. And obviously these perfumes, always the final ingredient is yourself, so it may smell different on you than it does out the bottle. So next up we have Electric Rhubarb, an unexpected and bubbly white floral. We have bittersweet and tangy rhubarb. We have well-rounded and wonderful subtle white florals, and you've got a dry and delicate sandalwood as well. This one is meant to be kind of like sparkling, fun-loving, charming, really for like a fun, sparkling personality, basically. I can definitely smell the rhubarb on this. I do actually quite like it. There's something about it though that just smells very springtime. Like if you're one of those people that changes their fragrances over the seasons, I'd definitely say that's what this one is. I feel like my nose is already going kind of numb from fragrances though. This is very overpowering all the time. It also has a touch of sea salt to it as well, but I feel like I would like it more if it were a little bit stronger. But like I said, this one is definitely a very like spring summer sort of fragrance rather than autumn winter, and it is nice. I would consider this one. I particularly like the rhubarb, so if you are a fan of that, if you kind of like that fresh, not too sweet, fruity scent, yeah, I like it. Next up we have Neon Rose. This one is kind of meant to be what a neon rose would smell like, even though this perfume actually contains no rose. They've created a synthetic neon rose fragrance with this, but it should still be for a fan of rose lovers. But this one has pear in it. It's meant to be kind of like fiery, quirky, striking and expressive. The green and earthy one really does smell like freshly cut grass or dewy morning grass. It's got a real fresh earthy scent to it, which is really nice. It's such like a muddy wellies sort of fragrance. I don't really necessarily feel like I understand the whole like neon rose thing. There's nothing that smells like that neon to me. It just smells very outdoorsy but still pleasant. But I definitely find this one very fiery. I definitely would call it expressive and quirky. It smells like walking through a rose garden on a wet day in a nice way. You know, that smell of wet grass. It's nice. It's never sort of like spring summer perfume, but I don't think I'd choose this one. I'm definitely more of an electric rhubarb sort of girl. It's just not very me. Next up we have Arizona Bloom. This is like the summer one as far as I'm concerned. This one has coconut, black peppers and salted musks in it. And this one's kind of for people wanting to channel a very sunny, euphoric, nomadic, free-spirited sort of scent. It definitely reminds me of like sunny holidays. I often find that fragrances which contain coconut can be very overpowering with the coconut, but I like how they balance this one quite nicely with like the coconut and a little bit of salted musks. Yeah, it doesn't smell tacky. Sometimes I feel like you can just end up smelling like a Malibu, whereas this one does just smell really fresh, really summery. Yeah, I would love to have this one in the summertime. This is their latest launch. I think everything else was launched with the store, whereas this one has been a recent creation, new for 2020. Kind of gave you the scent of going on holiday when none of us could. I feel like I could actually do a little bit more coconut in there, but I like that they haven't overpowered it. I feel like there are a million of coconut scents which are very coconutty, whereas this one is nice and subtle. And I do enjoy it. I like this one. I would definitely recommend it for the summer, just for like the smell of the sea and the beach. Yeah, they call it a dry floral amber with a sense of freedom and happiness. It has a subtle sprinkle of Balinese coconut blends with the Madagascar black pepper spices and the second skin feeling of salted musks. It's to help you slow down and feel reconnected with nature, and I definitely feel that. I feel like it is one that kind of... Damn it. That's my alarm. I'm part of a gym, and if you don't book like the second the classes go live, you just do not get in. I really want to go to aerial yoga, so I really need to make sure I book in for that. Yeah, I definitely feel like that fragrance does encourage you to slow down. When we're talking about like the personalities of these fragrances, it's not necessarily who are you, it's kind of like what do you want to evoke, because fragrances are really powerful in that way. It's just important to know that fragrances can really evoke feelings in you and can help you kind of bring out the qualities you want and encourage you like that. Ooh, aerial yoga. Okay, I'm booked in. Okay, just remember the power of fragrance, and if you feel like, oh, that's not me, that one's really bold, it'll help you feel bold. Like, that is the power of perfume, and this Arizona Bloom one will definitely make you feel a little bit more transported away. Next up we have Wild Vanilla Orchid. I feel like vanilla definitely splits people, and often vanilla scents can be very, very sweet as well, and that can often put people off. I'm definitely a fan of vanilla, and I think I mentioned earlier I lost my sense of smell at the start of the year, and one of the first smells that came back for me was vanilla. Guys, I just sprayed myself with this and I could smell the vanilla in it. Oh my god! I feel like I'm just always going to hang on to vanilla because of this. This one's really nice. I think it's a really warm vanilla, but it's not too sweet. Like I say, most vanillas are just a bit too sweet. So if you are looking for something a little bit more mature, oh, it's really lovely. I nearly got this one. I was very torn between Wonderland Peony and the Wild Vanilla Orchid one. This one is meant to be bold, sassy, confident, modernist. I definitely feel that. It's definitely not like a very sweet, innocent vanilla. It's definitely more of a deeper, darker vanilla, which oozes confidence and like trying to grab attention. Online they describe it with creamy vanilla beans, blossom, cassis and citrus drenched in a bunch of just plucked jasmine. Offsetting the lingering sweetness, bamboo and sandalwood bend and fold underneath. And it's a laid back but exquisite perfume. I would say that the sandalwood, to kind of like balance it out, really helps, and also I am a big fan of jasmine, so that is probably why this one is a bit like more sexy in my eyes than a normal vanilla fragrance. I think it's a beautiful blend. I really do love this one. If you like your vanilla scents, do check this out. I've definitely had like the Pacifica one before, which is a vanilla perfume that just leaves me smelling like a cupcake, whereas this one doesn't make me feel like infantized, basically. Next up, we have the chypre Sublime. Although I've got it as a tester, I actually also have this one full size as well. This is kind of meant to be very sultry and a bit of like the little black dress of perfumes. They describe it as exotic, captivating, mesmerizing. And whilst it's very alluring, I do find it a little bit, I don't want to say old-fashioned. I feel like it's the perfume women in their like 40s and 50s would go crazy over. Like if you want to get your mum something, this would be the fragrance I think she'd go crazy for. I do like it. It's a gorgeous like woody chypre perfume, but I do feel like maybe it is a bit too mature for me when I do wear it. I feel like, especially in my 20s, I don't know, I just feel like a little bit more aligned with more playful scents. But I do still wear it on occasion. I just wouldn't wear it every day. I just don't feel like it kind of like aligns with like my signature scent or anything like that. It's more when I'm like dressing up and getting really fancy. So it's like a special occasion sort of perfume. And it's made with purified damask rose, violets, patchouli and geranium. It's very beautiful, very floral, very elegant. I do really enjoy it and I'm very happy having it in my collection. Just maybe I should have gone for a smaller size of this one just because I don't feel like it is one I get like lots of use out of. Next up we have Black Lotus. I got gifted this one in like February. I remember they held an event. I think it was a Valentine's one, maybe. They held an event in February and it was one of the like last events I remember going to before everything shut down and we had this big pandemic. It was in their Covent Garden store and I had sniffed all their perfumes and they said that I could go away with one and I chose this one because it smelled really gorgeous on the cards and it was definitely like a bit darker. It was still cold weather and I felt like this one really met my mood and it felt very like edgy and cool and it's very sophisticated too. It's really nice. But I just do not like how this one sits on my skin. I find that I need it to be a little bit sweeter for me to wear it. I think it smells very dark and dry and not very pleasant on my skin. So I've actually given this to my housemate Shada and it smells gorgeous on her skin. So I'm just like a bit bemused at that, but that is just it. The final chemistry is always in your own pulse points. This one is meant to be like wild, feisty, rebellious, intoxicating. This one has a honeyed and floral Californian rose as well as red peppercorn and saffron as well. So it's still very floral and I think it's definitely like very mature and very elegant. They kind of describe it as their like vegan black leather jacket just because it's such a staple for someone who's kind of edgy, I guess. This is also the scent of theirs that is most popular with their male customers, so it is possibly the most unisex of their fragrances based on that. I just wish it wore better on me because it is such a striking scent. Definitely one worth checking out. And then last but not least is Ylang Espresso. This one is very spirited, fearless, mystical, audacious. As you can imagine, it's got coffee in it and it's also got chocolatey and delicious tiramisu. They describe this one as like for the rebels, the thinkers, the leaders. I really am a fan of coffee scents. I love the Lush Cardamom Coffee one and I've also got like the Lush Turmeric Latte body spray here as well because I am a huge fan of a very comforting coffee scent. But this one, I think the tiramisu in it gives it a bit too much of a chocolatey tone and I feel like I just smell like a dessert. I'd say like personally as like a collector of coffee scents, this one just doesn't step up. I just don't find this one as delicious as my other coffee scents. But if you do want to smell like a tiramisu, basically, if you do like the hint of chocolate in here, it's not too strong, it's not overpowering, you don't smell chocolatey, but it does make a difference. This would be a fragrance for you if you like that, but for me, I definitely like my coffee a little bit more spiced. I'd rather smell like a chai latte rather than a mocha, which I think this one is a little bit. It's a very sweet mocha. Okay, so that is the end of the Discovery set. I definitely do recommend checking out their scent school if you are interested in perfumery, particularly with these scratch and sniffs cards. They are so fun. It really helps you really delve deeper into the fragrances, and if you aren't really certain which one you want to invest in and get a big bottle for, it really helps going to the scent school so that you can like learn a bit more about their perfumes and really try them out before you decide which one you're going to spend 60 quid on. I also just want to mention two other fragrances they have which actually didn't make it into the Floral Street Scent School collection or their Discovery set, which I find kind of peculiar. Particularly the first one they didn't include, which was London Poppy, which is kind of like what I think of as their standout scent, so I'm very surprised they haven't included it. As a London-based brand, this perfume I feel really represents them well. It's kind of like a love letter to London. I'm going to read you a bit about it because it's been a long time since I've smelt it, but it is a fresh citrus floral perfume. They call it the ultimate urban mood lifter, which is obviously a bit of an ode to London. It smelled really beautiful, but it also had a hint of like rain on the pavement to it, and I felt like that just really encapsulated the smell of London because it's always raining. I know I would love to have that one in my collection. It is a really nice scent, and I remember being like very torn between it when I got my Black Lotus one. It's also got Sicilian lemon in it and Florida orange to bring a bit of zing. Then there's also a salty marine note. I think that might be the kind of like rainy scent maybe to me. I don't know, but it's a really beautiful fragrance, so if you can give that one a sniff as well, or if that sounds nice to you, go for it. And then the other fragrance which wasn't included in here is Iris Goddess, which is such a shame because I remember really liking that one. I remember that one being kind of quite similar to this chypre one, in the sense it just kind of like smelled very exquisite, otherworldly, just kind of like dreamy too. So that one was a powdery soft chypre floral perfume. They describe it as otherworldly and mystical. It has a bit of black vanilla and warm vegan musks and earthy carrot seed, alongside some sparkling lemon and red chili pepper for a little bit of spice as well. So that one is also really gorgeous. I'm really frustrated it wasn't included in this set. Why don't they just make it a 10 set? I don't know. I do not know. It's a mystery. So like I said, they do have a store in Covent Garden, so if you ever do find yourself in central London and shops are open, you never know these days, please do check them out and go have a sniff. Okay, well I guess that is us done. Let me know if you've got any more questions down below, if there are any more like perfume sets you'd love for me to sniff out for you guys. I'm more than happy to do that. At some point I would really love to go through my perfume collection with you guys and just let you know what I wear and when, what perfumes I love the most and which ones I don't really wear much at all anymore. Just like really go over a lot of the vegan perfume brands. I do have an old video of me doing that, but a lot of my thoughts, a lot of my collection has changed since then. So you're welcome to check it out. Just it feels a bit outdated now and I would love to do an update, and I will do one soon, I promise, I promise. Like I said, I've just been waiting a lot of this year for my smell to come back to an adequate level. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've really enjoyed this video. My name's Nicole. You can find me online as Vegan Beauty Girl pretty much anywhere. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, I've got a blog, obviously on YouTube. Hope you really enjoyed this video, and until next time, bye!